So guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I have been rereading one of my favorite vampire series ever. I'm trying to look like my best vampire self. I'm trying to look like all the sexy vampires on True Blood, but I honestly feel like all I am achieving is making myself look like a fangbanger instead. Hey guys, my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wiccan, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. Okay, so guys, today we are gonna be finding out what it is going to be like whenever you meet your future spouse for the first time. Okay, so guys, this is going to be a very thick reading for sure. So without further ado, let's take a look at your piles today, okay? Hello guys, so here are your piles today. So for your first group pick, we have The Winner's Curse by Miss Marie Rudkowski. I think I said that right. I don't know, but isn't this just like the most beautiful cover ever? I wish I had that girl's dress. It is gorgeous. And I'm so extra. If I had that dress, I would be wearing it in this reading today, right? And then for group 2, we have Serpent and Dove by Miss Shelby Mahiran. Okay, this is actually a really good like witchy novel, so if you are into that sort of thing, you should definitely check that out. This is unsponsored, by the way. And then we also have Blood and Honey, which is the second book in this series, and also, it is by, you guessed it, Miss Shelby Mahiran. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. That's going to be group 3, okay? Now, guys, I want you to take a deep breath in. And I want you to let it out. And now I want you guys to go ahead and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about what it is going to be like whenever you meet your beautiful and sexy future spouse for the first time. Think about what first impression your future spouse is going to give to you, where you're going to meet them, when you're going to meet them, and all of that good stuff. And whenever you feel ready, please open your eyes. And whichever group your eyes lands on first, then that, my dear, is going to be the reading for you today. If you feel called to more than one pile, to more than one book, then definitely check that out because you could have some extra messages within there as well. And as always, I do have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, okay? Hello, Group 1. So if you chose The Winner's Curse by Miss Marie Rudkowski, then hey, hello, this is going to be your reading today, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this right there, and let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards, okay? So for your first impressions, we received the Hermit card, which represents how your person saw you. Then we received the Six of Swords, which represents how you saw your person, the first impression they gave off to you. Then for where you will meet your person, we have the Three of Swords. And we also have the High Priestess coming through as well, okay? And for when you shall meet your future spouse, we have the Hanged One or the Hanged Man coming through. And we also have the Five of Cups, okay? And then for what your person is going to be thinking about you after they meet you for the first time, we have the World card coming through. And we also have the Knight of Swords. And then for what you are going to be thinking about your person, we have the King of Swords coming through, and we also have the Star card. And then for the overall energy, like the vibes that you guys are going to be giving off to each other, we have the Six of Wands coming through, okay? So I am going to move this up just a little bit more. Let me move this right here. Sorry, guys. I should have had this set up better. This is my bad, but okay. I think that this is good, okay? Alrighty, so jumping in to your future spouse's first impression of you, we get the Hermit card coming through, okay? And whenever I see this card, this just makes me think about how your person, your future spouse, is going to see you as somebody who is very independent, okay? Because the Hermit card, this literally talks about somebody who is a bit more to themselves, a little bit more reserved, and this talks about somebody who is honestly on a journey of self-discovery. This person is on a journey of just finding out like who they are and really reflecting on the past so that they can be ready for the future, right? So I honestly think that your person is seeing you as somebody who is like being a bit more solitary. They're definitely seeing you as somebody who is confident enough to be on their own right now. And I'm honestly getting this idea, like with this snake coming through, I'm not sure if you can see this, but this woman, she's holding this snake. And you know, the snake, this talks, the snake is all about transformation. So I'm getting the idea here that your person is seeing you as somebody who is in the midst of a transformation. They see you as somebody who is honestly like taking the snake by its head here, and you are just like doing like that shadow work. You're really finding out who you are, and you're going through this transformation as you let go of your old self, as you shed that skin and become somebody new here. So I think that that is really interesting. And I do think that, you know, since this woman, I don't know if you can tell, but she is a little bit more mature. She's on the older side here. So I am getting the idea that there could possibly be an age gap between you guys, or this could just represent that your person, your future spouse, sees you as somebody who is transforming, and as you are transforming, you're becoming more mature and you're growing into yourself. So I think that that is really beautiful as well. They definitely see you as somebody who is very mature, or who is in the midst of maturing and growing. So I think that that is really beautiful to see here. And then going into the Six of Swords for how you are seeing your person, I think that this is really cool to see. And I honestly think that you guys are really mirroring each other. Like whenever you meet each other, I think that you guys are honestly going through the same life experiences, and I think that those life experiences are getting you ready to be mature enough and to have grown enough to be ready to be in this beautiful connection and this beautiful union with each other, right? Because the Six of Swords here, this is all about transitioning. This talks about going from a place where you weren't necessarily happy, you know, going from a place where you weren't growing and taking your bags and moving and going to a place where you can grow and be happy. So I think that you, whenever you meet your future spouse, you are definitely going to be getting this idea that this person is going through a big transformation in their life as well. You know, for some of you guys, this could actually be talking about like physically getting up and moving. So maybe whenever you meet your future spouse, they have just moved like to a new town, to a new school. You know, this could be talking about like going from like where they were living before, going from their place of home, their place of safety, and moving to like a new state to attend college. So that could be coming through as well. But I think that for a lot of you guys, that this person is going to be going through a really big emotional transition, okay? Just with like all the other cards that are coming through here. I honestly think that for a lot of you guys, your person, your future spouse, whenever you meet them, they could be getting out of a serious relationship, or they had just gotten out of a serious relationship, and they are transitioning to a new phase within their life for sure, right? But since this is a very general reading, you know, this transition moment can be talking about, again, them moving from a old place to a new place. This could be talking about them going to a new school. This could be even talking about them transitioning like and being in between jobs. Maybe they end up meeting you at like their new place of work, right? So that is very interesting to see. But no matter what, I definitely think that both of you guys are going through some transition, and you guys are going through some type of transformation as well, you know? And that is really interesting to see here, okay? And then for the Three of Swords and the High Priestess coming through, you know, this is talking about where you guys are going to meet. Okay, whenever I see the High Priestess, this woman is somebody who is very, very spiritual, okay? This talks about somebody who is going through a spiritual awakening. This talks about a deep knowing and really just doing a whole lot of learning to find out who you are and to find out how the world works, right? So I am getting the idea here that for a lot of you guys, you could end up meeting this person while you guys are both attending some type of spiritual like class, or you're going to some type of spiritual group as well. So, you know, if you are somebody who you are more into tarot, you know, maybe you end up meeting this person through some type of tarot forum online, or this could even be talking about how you are attending like a tarot lessons, right? Maybe you end up meeting this person while you are doing that. This could also represent that if you are somebody who is more religious, you could be meeting this person through some type of religious function, through your church or something like that. This could even be talking about how you end up meeting this person through like yoga classes or something like that, because, you know, I think of yoga as being something that is very spiritual as well. And then for others of you, you know, we get the Three of Swords coming through as well. And usually the Three of Swords, this talks about like heartbreak and experiencing a lot of pain. But just looking at this card and looking at the message that is related to this card, the woman who made this deck, she actually made two different representations, two different cards to represent the Three of Swords. And this Three of Swords card, this talks about really learning the lesson from going through that pain and going through that heartbreak, right? So whenever I think of learning lessons, this kind of gives me the idea that maybe for some of you guys, you could be meeting this person through some type of therapy sessions. Maybe you guys are attending like the same group counseling or something like that, because I'm getting the idea that both of you guys, while you guys are going through this transformation, you guys are both letting go of things from your past that it's not like for your favor anymore, that is not good for you. And I think that, you know, whenever you make those big changes, whenever you let go of things from the past, you know, that can be very painful. So I'm getting the idea that maybe you guys could be meeting each other whenever you guys are trying to learn the deeper lesson through these past experiences that you guys have been dealt with, right? For others of you, since this man is holding a book right here, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm getting the idea of like learning institutions. So again, you can meet this person at school. For others of you, maybe you end up meeting this person while you are going to some type of training related to your job, right? And guys, I know that there are so many messages coming through. I know that I'm saying a lot of things, and I'm sorry about that, but this is a very general reading, and it's going to be different for every single one of you, and I'm throwing out the messages as they come. But for others of you, like I said, you could be meeting this person while you are going through some type of job training. Maybe this could even talk about how, you know, if your person, your future spouse, is transitioning to a new job, maybe you are actually the one that is giving your future spouse like that on the job training, right? Maybe you are helping them, you know, get settled down in their new job. You're teaching them the ropes, right? Or for some of you guys, since this man is holding a book, you could even be meeting this person at like a library or a bookstore or something like that. So yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you for sure. Okay, and then for when you are going to meet your future spouse. Also, I'm sorry I'm messing with my shirt so much, but it's really bothering me. I'm sorry. But for when you're going to meet your future spouse, we have the Hanged One coming through, or the Hanged Man, and we also have the Five of Cups. Okay, so what is very interesting about this is that the Hanged Man, this talks about like the zodiac sign of Pisces, and Pisces season is during the month of February and March. And then to get the Five of Cups, you know, specifically looking at the number 5 here, that makes me think about the month of May. So I am getting the idea that you could be meeting your person during those few months here. So I am talking about February, March, April, May. Those could be very significant months for whenever you could possibly be meeting this person. Or maybe you guys will start actually dating within those months, right? You could be meeting each other before those months, but you guys could be actually starting to date within those few months as well. You get what I'm saying? And then for others of you, you know, just specifically looking at the message that these two cards are giving me, you know, the Hanged Man, this talks about going through a time that requires you to have a lot of patience. This talks about things really slowing down, and it gives you a feeling of like you are moving through molasses and you want things to happen faster, you want things to pick up, but you know, that's just not happening, right? You're going through a slower moment within your life. So I think that whenever you meet this person, things are going to be slowing down within your life. You know, maybe your relationships are coming more to a halt. Maybe you guys are not going to be dating as much whenever you end up meeting this person. For others of you, this could talk about how maybe you are not going to be like moving at the pace that you want to within your career or within your schooling. But I'm definitely getting the idea that things are going to be slowing down when you come into union with this person or right before you meet them, right? And then to get the 5 of Cups, this talks about feeling very just upset with where you are at. This talks about having things to be thankful for, but you are just focusing so much on the past and on what didn't work out that you can't find the joy in your present moment. So I'm definitely getting the energy here where whenever you guys end up meeting this person, you guys are not really going to be exactly happy with where you are at within your life currently. And I think that for a lot of you guys, you know, this could be talking about how maybe you are going to be going through like a breakup, like I said, especially with the 6 of Swords energy coming through. I'm definitely getting the energy here that you guys are going to be doing a lot of shadow work. You're really going to be focusing on yourself and trying to find a purpose within this pain, which is probably why we are getting the High Priestess card coming through. You know, I definitely think that you guys are going to be focusing so much on spirituality and on loving yourself, and I think that that is really beautiful to see here. That is so amazing to see, because how can you ever love somebody if you don't love yourself? And I really think that you guys are both going to be on this mission of self-love. You guys are both going to be going through this transition and this transformation. You guys are both going to be letting go of like past relationships, maybe even old friendships that didn't work out, and you guys are just going to be going through this like moment of transformation. And I think that in the midst of that transformation, things are not going to be happening at the pace that you wanted it to happen, but I do want you guys to take heart and know that whenever you guys are feeling like things are not happening at all, whenever you guys feel like things are starting to slow down, just know that Spirit is getting ready. Spirit is preparing you for that moment when you are going to meet your future spouse. It is going to be in the midst where things feel like, you know, it's just not working out, that you end up meeting this person. So that is so exciting to see, and I love that for you guys. And then talking about just the overall energy here, like how you guys are going to be feeling whenever you meet each other, we get these 6 of Wands coming through. And literally, guys, these 6 of Wands, this is all about feeling so fulfilled, right? This is all about feeling so happy and just being so excited. This card is literally the card of achievements. And what I think is so amazing is that whenever we get like the number 6, you know, in all of the in all of the tarot cards, like within the tarot deck, you know, right before the number 6, we get the number 5, and the number 5, like in numerology and in tarot, you know, that talks about going through a time of pain, going through a time of instability, and feeling just very insecure and not happy with where you are at. So like I'm saying, I think that you guys are both going to be mirroring each other so much. I think that you guys are both, like in your own way, going to be experiencing a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain. You are going to be experiencing so much hurt, but I just want you guys to take heart and know that you are experiencing that pain, and that pain is getting you ready to meet this person, right? It is growing you, it is transforming you, and you guys are maturing and learning these lessons that you need to learn so that you guys can be prepared and be ready to meet each other, right? So that is so beautiful to see, and I just think that all of that pain, all of that, unhappiness, it's going to feel like it was worth it, like going through those moments, because whenever you guys meet each other, it is just going to feel like you have won the entire world. I think that there's just going to be so much passion and excitement between you guys, and it is just going to feel so amazing. You guys are literally going to feel like you are winning whenever you meet each other, and that is so incredible to see, okay? And then we get for how your person, for what your person is going to be thinking about after they meet you, what they're going to be thinking about you. We get the World card coming through, and we also get the Knight of Swords. So to get the Knight of Swords, the Swords energy, this is the card of communication. This is the card of intellect, the card of ideas. So I definitely think that your person is going to be thinking that you are somebody who talks and communicates really well. I definitely think that they are going to be so interested in everything that you have to say, and they're definitely going to be thinking about whenever they can talk to you next. And since this is all about communication and ideas and thoughts and such things like that, I definitely think that this person could be trying to contact you and reach out to you. Maybe after you and your person meet, they could definitely be asking you for your number or for your social media account or something like that, so that they can get in touch with you. And if they don't do those things, then I definitely think that they are going to try to figure out a way to get into contact with you by going to this same place where you guys met before, right? So if you guys met during some type of on-the-job training, your person is definitely going to be excited to be going back to work to try to meet you. If you guys met at school, on your school campus, they are definitely going to be trying to go to that same place where you guys met the first time, right? If you guys met at a library, they'll be revisiting that library very soon. But I definitely think that they just see you as somebody who is very intellectual. They see you as somebody who's very smart and who has a lot of things to say, and they definitely want to know more about you, and they want to hear everything that you have to say because they find you to be so interesting, so intriguing. And I also think that they see you as somebody who is very honest and who has very good morals as well, because the Knight of Swords, that does talk about somebody who is all about truth and justice and honesty. So I do think that they also see you as somebody who is a very good person as well, and I think that that is always beautiful to see. And I also think that they see you as somebody who is very confident, as somebody who is very independent. So yes, guys, we love to see that. And then to get the World card, this talks about, closing an old chapter of your life and going to experience a new chapter of your life, right? So I definitely think that they are realizing that you are going through some type of transformation within your life. And I think that whenever they meet you, they are going to meet you whenever you are in the midst of this transition. And a lot of the times the World card, this can also talk about fulfilling something that you have been working for a very long time. This talks about the card of achievement, right? So maybe whenever they meet you right after you get promoted within your job, or they meet you right after you get a really good grade in your class or something like that. But I definitely think that they are going to meet you whenever you are also accomplishing something as well. And they are definitely going to see you as somebody, again, who is very smart, sophisticated, and they just see you as somebody who is going to achieve so much. And I think that that is so amazing to see. And at the end of the day, whenever I see the World card coming through, this is just giving me the idea that they are going to see you as somebody who is literally the world to them. I just think that they are going to be so happy and grateful that they got the chance to meet you. And and that is just so amazing to see. So now moving on to your what you are going to be thinking about them. I think that it is so amazing because, guys, we literally get the King of Swords card coming through. So to get the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, I definitely think that you guys are finding a lot of similarities between each other, if that makes any sense. I definitely think that, again, you guys are going to be mirroring each other so much, and I think that, you know, as you guys talk and get to know each other, there are going to be so many moments where you guys say, like, oh my gosh, like, I also, like, did that thing, or at that certain moment, oh, I also like that type of music. I am also interested in philosophy. I think that you guys are just mirroring each other so much, and you guys have so many similarities, and I think that that is so amazing to see. I'm definitely getting the idea that you guys could also be sharing the same zodiac sign, or maybe you guys are both air signs, maybe you guys are both fire signs, but I definitely think that, again, there are a lot of similarities coming in between the two of you. And I think that since we are getting the King of Swords, this talks about somebody who is very mature and very wise. So I do think that you are going to be seeing your person as somebody who is very mature as well, which is very fitting to see, because I think that your person is also going to be seeing you as somebody who is very mature with the Hermit card coming through. So that is really cool. And another similarity that is popping up again as well, I think that, you know, just like I said for you guys, I think that your person is going to be seeing you, or you are going to be seeing your person, excuse me, as somebody who is a great communicator. You're going to be seeing them as somebody who is very smart, very intellectual. You're going to see them as somebody who has a lot to say, and everything they do say, it's just so interesting. And you are just going to see them as somebody who is a very good person, a very moral person. And then to get the Star card coming through, you know, the Star is all about, like, wishes coming true. So I think that this is literally going to be like your dream person. You are going to see them as somebody who is so amazing, so attractive, and I think that that is so amazing because we literally got the World card. So your person is going to be seeing you as somebody who is the world to them, and you are going to be seeing your person as somebody who is a dream come true. How amazing is that? And to also get the Star card, you know, this is all about talking about somebody who is very optimistic even after they have been through so many hard things. This talks about somebody who can be positive and who can see, like, the positivity even in the midst of their pain. So I think that you are going to be seeing this person as somebody who is going through a harder time. They are going through some type of big transformation within their life, but I think that you are going to be seeing them as somebody who is so positive and who is just so optimistic, and I think that you are really going to like that about them. And so yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for the cards. Now, going on to the oracle cards that we received, we have deception coming through. We also have codependency. Then we have separation. And then we have engagement. Okay? Sorry guys, let me just maneuver in this chair. I also think that I just want to pull out the other cards as well, all at once. So we have the Queen of Roses coming through. Then we have the Ultima Materia card with this big beautiful lion on it. We also have Lionheart coming through, which with another lion, which I think is so amazing, and another similarity that we are seeing here. And then we have the Shadow Queen. So guys, whenever I say that you guys are mirroring each other, like, no lie, you guys are mirroring each other so freaking much, and it's insane. Then we have Ask for Help coming through. We have Love Endures. And then we have Be Authentic. Okay? So let me just, I'm going to put my little, what's this called? I'm sorry guys, I'm having a brain fart. I'm going to put my pillow right here because I honestly feel like I'm showing a lot of my boobs. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to maintain modesty. Okay guys, so first of all, I think that with the codependency card coming through and the separation and deception, I honestly think that, again, you guys are both, or one or both of you guys are going through some type of heartbreak here, okay? And I think that the person who is going through this heartbreak, they are going to be feeling like they have to put on this false mask here so that they can come off as somebody who is very confident, very mature, very exciting. And I'm just getting the idea here that they feel like in order to make the other person in this situation like be attracted to them, they feel as though they have to act like they are somebody who they are not. And I think that they are doing that because they are afraid of the other person not liking them, and they are afraid that if they are true and authentic to who they are and they are just honest about who they are, I think that there is this feeling that they feel as though they won't be enough, right? Because we get codependency coming through, and whenever we get codependency coming through, this just talks about somebody who is a little bit more codependent because they have some insecurities from the past coming through. So I think that one or even both of you guys are going to be going through some type of heartbreak that is going to be causing you guys to feel like you have to act like you are somebody who you are not, right? But like I'm saying, I'm definitely getting this energy here where you guys, both of you guys, are experiencing a lot of pain. I think that you guys have faced a lot of traumatic experiences in your past. For one of you guys, this could be talking about heartbreak. Maybe both of you guys have gone through this heartbreak or are going through it at the moment. For others of you, this could talk about maybe you guys weren't loved as much as you should have been whenever you were younger by your parents. But I definitely think that there is this energy here where you guys are both facing a lot of pain right now, and you are trying to find that purpose within your pain. And I really think that while you are in the midst of this like self-love journey, while you guys are in the midst of trying to love yourself more and find this type of purpose in your pain, I think that that is going to be what leads you to each other, and that is going to cause you guys to ascend your love life here to a higher level of commitment whenever we get the engagement card coming through. And I think that it is so amazing to get engagement because we are talking about your future spouse. So I definitely think that, you know, there is going to be an engagement between you guys. I definitely think that you guys are just going to be so excited to meet each other, and I think that that is so amazing to see. So now going through the other cards here, I find it so amazing because we literally get be authentic. So I think that while one or both of you guys are gonna feel like you have to wear a mask at first whenever you guys are around each other, I do think that over time you guys are going to realize that it is okay for you guys to take off the mask. It is okay to talk about your past and to be truly authentic to who you are to one another. And I do think that you guys are just gonna feel so safe to be around each other. You guys just have a lot of similarities. I think that you guys have a lot of shared trauma or a lot of like shared like painful experiences, and I think that you guys are really going to unite based off of those similarities, right? You guys are just going to feel like you have so many things in common, and it's just going to make you guys feel so comfortable, and it's going to help you guys to feel as though you can open up to one another. And I find it so interesting because whenever we get asked for help coming through, this just makes me think about how, again, for a lot of you guys, you could be meeting each other while you guys are going through this counseling or through like spiritual counseling as well. I just think that you guys are both going to be trying to find guidance within your life whenever you guys end up meeting each other, and I find that to be so amazing. And you guys could even be just helping each other as well. I think that you guys are just going to be really opening up to each other and talking about what you have been through, and you guys are going to be helping each other heal. And I think that as you guys heal, you guys are going to grow closer, and you guys are going to develop such a beautiful connection, and I love that. And then we literally get love endures. So at the end of the day, like, no matter what you guys go through, no matter what you guys have had to face in the past, you're going to realize that love does endure, and that you guys, no matter what you guys have been through, you guys are going to love each other so much and so strong. And I think that you guys just realize that because you guys have been faced with such harder times, you guys are capable, more than capable capable to go through these harder times together and to be able to get out on the other side stronger than you guys ever were before. And I love that for you guys. And then with the other cards coming through, I find it so amazing because with these two like lion cards coming through, this makes me think about like that Leo energy. So you guys could both definitely be like a Leo, sun, moon, rising, or in Venus. You guys can both be Leos for sure, since you guys are mirroring each other so much. But if you guys are not Leos, then this is just giving me like that Leo feeling here, where Leos are so confident. You know, Leos are all about loving themselves and just, you know, being the best version possible. So I do think that you guys like are going to be going through this journey of self-love whenever you guys end up meeting each other. You guys are really going to be just learning to love yourself more and to be confident within your own skin. And I think that that is so incredible to see. And I do think that with the lion heart, you know, this card is all about, like, this card makes me think about somebody who is very courageous and strong. So I think that you guys are going to be seeing each other as somebody who is very strong and somebody who is very courageous. And I think that you guys are also just going to be feeling so strong together as a unit. And I find it so amazing that we also get Shadow Queen coming through, because the Shadow Queen, that is all about, you know, digging deep and really doing a lot of shadow work. So again, like, I think that you guys are really going to be going through this moment within your life where you're really trying to learn who you are. You're really trying to do a lot of deep reflection. You're taking a look at your past and the demons that are hiding there, and you are trying to like look at the monster in your closet so that you can defeat it. And I think that you guys are definitely going to be able to rely on each other. You guys are definitely going to feel like you can open up to one another, and you guys again are just going to feel so strong together. And you guys are definitely going to be doing that shadow work with one another as well. And then they get the Queen of Roses. Just intuitively looking at this card, whenever I think of the rose, I also think of the thorn, right? So I do think that for some of you guys, you could honestly be having your guard up a bit whenever you guys meet each other. And it could be because one or both of you guys are going through this heartbreak. I definitely think, again, that you guys are both experiencing like a lot of pain. So one or both of you guys could be having your guard up a bit. You could be being a little bit defensive. But I do think that that is going to be something that will subside in the future. You know, having your guard up, that could honestly be talking about how you guys are just going to be feeling like you have to wear a mask and you guys have to act like you are somebody who you are not. But I do think that as you get to know each other, those defenses are going to go down and you guys are just going to be so honest with one another, and the communication is just going to be off the charts. Again, I'm honestly just getting the energy here for some of you guys. You know, I don't think that you guys are going to date right away. I think that you guys are going to become friends first, and you guys are just going to rely on each other so much, and you guys are just going to be like there to talk to the other person and to help counsel them and to be a friend to each other as you guys are both going through these transformations within your life. And I think that as you guys grow in this friendship, you know, as you guys get to know each other, you guys are slowly going to form a loving connection with one another, to the point to where you guys decide to explore this connection within a romantic relationship as well. And I just love that for you so much. So yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TarotTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous day. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hey, Group 2, so you chose Serpent and Dove by Miss Shelby Mahurin. Then hey, hello, and welcome to your reading today, friends. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here to sit down, to relax, and to look beautiful and suave while we go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards that I pulled today, okay? So we get the Lover's card, which is representing how your person sees you, like the first impression that they get off of you. And then we get the Ace of Pentacles to represent your first impression of your future spouse, okay? And then we have the Queen of Wands. And we also have the Five of Swords to represent where you are going to be meeting your future spouse. And then as to when you will be meeting your future spouse, we have the Queen of Pentacles coming through. We have the Ten of Swords. And then we also have the Knight of Swords as well. Okay, so then as to how, like, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting my words all tangled up. But to represent what your person is going to be thinking about you after they meet you, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming through. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles coming through as well. And then what you were thinking about your boo thing after you met them, we have the Hanged One or the Hanged Man coming through. And we also have the Four of Cups coming through. And then just to talk about like the overall vibe that was going on whenever you ended up meeting your person, or you guys just ended up meeting each other in general, we have the Six of Swords and the Wise One or the Hierophant in reverse. Now guys, I wasn't actually taking any of our cards in reverse today, but whenever I saw this come out in reverse next to all of the other cards I was receiving, I thought that this was very fitting, and I really think that Spirit was just trying to give us an extra message here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this kind of up here a bit just so that we can talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so first of all, just talking about like how your person, like what impression you first gave them whenever you guys end up meeting for the first time. We got the Lovers card coming through, and I love to see this, okay? Because first of all, the Lovers, this is all about like being connected with your divine counterpart, right? And whenever I think of like my divine counterpart or who my divine counterpart would be, I think that they are just perfect for me or perfectly imperfect for me, right? Because they're my divine partner. And so whenever I think of somebody who is perfectly imperfect, I would assume that this is going to be somebody who is very physically attractive and also very mentally and spiritually attractive to me as well. I would just think that we go together like this, right? So in regards to your first impression, I really think that you are going to come off as like the perfect person to your future spouse, like especially in the realms of like physicality. I think that your future spouse is going to be like super attracted to you. You are definitely going to be like their dream person. So your person is definitely going to be thinking you're super sexy and super fun, which we all love to see and hear, right? We all want to know that our future spouse finds us to be like the bomb.com and the looks department, right? And then I honestly think that, you know, since we are getting like this Gemini energy coming through, because Gemini is like the sign that rules over like the Lovers card here, you know, Geminis are amazing communicators. Like these are the type of people who they are like the social butterfly of the zodiac, and they can go to up to like anybody, any group of strangers, and they just know how to be so witty and charming, and they're just so sociable. So I am getting the energy that you are going to come off as somebody who is a social butterfly to your future spouse. Like they're going to think that you are somebody who is very charming. You are somebody who is great at talking. Like you think really quickly on your feet. And I'm also getting the energy here where Gemini folks, like these are the type of people who have so many interests, right? They are just into so many different things. So I think that you are going to be the type of person who you are going to come off like to your future spouse as somebody who likes to dip their toes and like every single thing that they can dip their toes in, right? Like in the span of like one conversation, I think that your future spouse is going to come to realize that you are somebody who you are interested in politics, but you're also into like art and theater, and you think that, you know, down the line, maybe instead of being like a huge like business corporate worker, you want to decide to, like, later on in life become like a small independent book owner or something like that. That doesn't actually have to ring true to you. This is that's just an example, right? But I think that you are going to be somebody who comes off as very, like, multifaceted. You're going to come off to your future spouse as somebody who is just interested and into so many different things, and I do think that they are going to be attracted to that. And I honestly am getting the energy that they're going to be a little bit, like, confused, because I feel like they're just going to feel so overwhelmed by how sociable you are, by how you are into all these different things. You are so multifaceted, and I think that they're just going to be feeling so overwhelmed after they meet you, because I honestly think that you are a lot to take in, but in a good way, right? You are just such, like, a big person. Like, you have such a big personality, whether you realize it or not, and you're just gonna have such a big presence to them, right? And you are definitely gonna leave this person, like, thinking about a whole lot of things after they meet you, like, and all good things too, okay? All good things. But that is what I'm seeing so far. And I do want to say, what is so interesting is that we have the Lovers card, which is represented by a tree here, right? Or two trees intertwining. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles to represent, like, the impression that you get from your future spouse right here, right? And this is also like a tree. I feel like you can't see it that good. I have a light shining on me right now. And I'm sorry if it's, like, kind of blocking this picture, but I find it so interesting that you guys are both being represented as trees. So whenever I think of trees, I think about, like, stability and security and somebody who is really grounded and down to earth. So I do think that you guys are both going to come off as somebody who is very stable as well. You guys are both going to be, like, thinking that the other person is very secure, and you guys are also thinking that the other person is going to be very successful in whatever you guys choose to do, whatever you guys choose to pursue, creatively or financially, right? So that is really good to see as well. I do think that you guys are both going to see each other as being very ambitious too, so that is always good to see. I'm honestly just getting, like, this power couple energy. I think that you guys are both going to be just so successful together, and you guys are going to grow so, like a kingdom with one another. You guys are going to grow like a financial wealthy empire, and that is really cool to see, okay? But going forth and talking about how your person is going to come off, like, to you, the first impression they're going to give to you, we get the Ace of Pentacles coming through. And the Ace of Pentacles, you know, this is literally about starting something new and being very successful in a certain job or career or something like that, right? So I do think that whenever you end up meeting your person, your future spouse, they are going to come off as somebody who is very, very ambitious. They're going to come off as somebody who is going to be very wealthy. And I think that whenever you meet them, like, whether this person, whenever you first meet, is just working at, like, a pizza place, or they're working at, like, a grocery store, I think that you just know that this person is going to be so successful, and you know that this person has everything that they need to, you know, make it so far within their life. And so that is really beautiful to see. And I'm honestly also just getting this energy here where they are going to come off as somebody who has, like, that A-type personality. I think that they are going to come off as somebody who's very focused, very determined. And whenever I see this pentacle energy, this makes me think about, like, those earth signs, right? And earth signs, they really, like, just in general are Capricorns, Virgos, Taurus folks. These are the type of people who, they can come off a bit more on, to be, like, a bit more on the quieter or on the shy side, right? And I'm more so talking about my Capricorn and Virgo folks, because let's be honest, Taurus people, most of the time, Tauruses are so, like, out there, and they have just such a big personality. But I think that this person, just looking at the other cards within this reading, I think that your future spouse is going to be somebody who is a bit more on the quieter side. They are going to be a bit more shy, a bit more of a loner, okay? And so I think that it is going to be hard to get this person to talk and to get this person to open up. And I think that they are going to come off as somebody who's a bit more of a mystery, right? And I think that that is going to be something that is very intriguing to you. I think that you are going to really like that. And I think the reason why you are so drawn to this person and drawn to like that type of quiet nature that this person seems to have is because you are somebody who you are like the exact opposite. You are like so out there. You love to talk to everybody. You're so bubbly. You're like an open book, right? But whereas you are an open book, your person is a closed book. I think that it takes a lot to get this person to really open up and to talk about themselves. Now, I don't know if this person had a harder childhood or this person maybe was hurt in the past, but this could simply just represent that maybe they did have an amazing childhood and they have had really good relationships, but maybe they are just somebody who's a bit more on the quieter side, and it takes a little bit more time to get this person to open up and to really talk about themselves here, right? I really think that this is just somebody who is a very slow moving person, and so whenever you do meet them, it's gonna feel like you like pins and needles, like trying to get them to talk to you and to open up. But I do think that that is going to add to this allure that this person seems to have to you, and it's almost going to be like they're playing hard to get. And I think that since you do have that Gemini energy coming through, Geminis are the biggest flirts. Maybe not all of them, I know that's a very generalized statement, but most of the time Geminis, they love to flirt, they love to talk to people, and Geminis love a challenge. And so I think that you are going to find that so exciting that this person is a bit more of a challenge. They are a bit more of a mystery, and you just want to unwrap that mystery and figure out like who this person is underneath that harder and quieter exterior, right? And at the end of the day, I do think that again this person is going to come off as very successful. And whenever I see the Ace of Pentacles, you know, that is usually representative of like a pentacle, like on the front of this card. Right here it shows a tree, but usually it represents like a pentacle, like a coin. And so I do think that this person is just going to look like treasure, right? They are going to look so hot and just so put together, and you're just really going to like this person, okay? But then moving on to where you're going to meet this person, I find it so interesting because we get the Queen of Wands energy coming through, and we also have the Five of Swords. So just going over what each of the cards represents. The Five of Swords, now this usually talks about somebody who has a bit more of a negative excuse me, that would be oh gosh, I'm losing my voice, guys, I'm sorry. This usually represents somebody, take two, who has a bit more of a negative like mentality, a little bit of a pessimistic persona, right? But this can also represent just feeling kind of stuck, and that's the idea that I'm getting here, because if you look at this butterfly, it's kind of stuck inside this little mason jar, and this man is just looking at it. And I find that so interesting because I was literally talking about earlier how you come off as somebody who's a bit more of a social butterfly, and I honestly am getting this energy that whenever you meet them, I know this is talking about where you guys are going to be meeting, but I just think that another message here is that you are just going to be feeling so stuck. You're going to be feeling like you are trying to talk to this person, you're trying to get your future spouse to open up, but they are just going to be like looking at you, just like inspecting you, and kind of just, they're going to be more of a listener, right? And you are just going to be feeling so stuck, like in this mason jar, trying to get them to open up and to get them to just be open with you, right? So that's really interesting to see. But with the Queen of Wands energy coming through, the Queen of Wands, this talks about somebody who is really creative. This talks about somebody who is very passionate, very ambitious, and this is also about traveling as well. So in regards to where you are going to meet this person, honestly guys, you could be traveling. You could be meeting this person while you are traveling, while you are going on some type of road trip or something like that. You could also be meeting this person, since this does talk about creativity and passion. Maybe you are meeting this person while you are going to some type of concert, or maybe you are going excuse me, you are going to some type of like business retreat as well, since this is also about like ambitions too. Maybe you are going to some type of like extra retreat to try to work on a skill or something. Like maybe you guys are both into like writing, and maybe there's like a writing retreat and you guys end up going to that same retreat, and that's where you guys end up meeting. But honestly guys, I'm also getting this energy here where maybe you could possibly be going on like a spiritual or wellness retreat as well, because for that overall energy we were getting, we did have the wise one or the hierophant coming through, and I find it so interesting because the hierophant here is sitting by a fire, and there's other people like surrounding that fire, right? And then the Queen of Wands girl here, she is also sitting by a fire right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but she's sitting by a fire. So I'm getting the energy that honestly you could be again at some type of spiritual or wellness retreat, but I think that for a lot of you guys, for almost like more than half of you, you could be meeting this person while you are outside, like in nature or in the elements. And I do think that you could be meeting this person at night too, because obviously like it's at night. That's why these two people are sitting like outside a fire, right? Because it's nighttime. So you could be meeting them in the nighttime like that, right? So for some of you guys, like I said, if you are going to like a music concert, maybe this music concert is like outdoors or something like that. Maybe you are going camping, or you are just, you know, I just feel like you're going to be outdoors for a lot of you guys. Like 75% of you guys could be outdoors. And what is also interesting is that since this person feels kind of stuck, right? For some of you guys, and this is a very particular message, so this could only be relevant to and resonate to some of you guys, but you could be feeling like you feel stuck in this certain place. Like maybe you are going to some type of concert like with your friends, but it's a concert that you didn't really want to go to, so you feel like you're getting dragged to that concert here, and that's where you end up meeting this person. Maybe if you are going to like a wellness retreat or a spiritual retreat, maybe you didn't really want to go, but your friends and your family tell you like, no, you should go, right? And so you end up going there. And that could also make sense with having a bit more of a negative mentality. Maybe one or both of you guys are feeling like you're having a bit of a harder go of it, and so your friends and family say like you should go to this like spiritual retreat or this like yoga retreat or this concert because it's going to help you feel better. It's going to help elevate your mood and make you happier, right? Or even for others of you, honestly, since I am thinking about you being outdoors and feeling stuck, maybe you are going on a road trip, or you don't even have to be on a road trip, right? Maybe you are driving and your car ends up like your car ends up running out of gas, or your tire gets messed up or something, and you end up physically getting stuck somewhere where you didn't want to be, and this person could be somebody that ends up like rolling around to help you, or maybe this is the person who ends up actually helping you, right? Maybe this person is like a mechanic or something like that, and they end up helping you through their mechanical means, right? Does that make sense? Okay. I mean, that makes sense too, because the Ace of Pentacles, Pentacle energy is all about like working with your hands. So it would make sense that this is somebody who is really good with their hands, and they know how to change your tire or to just help you like get your car fixed and ready. So yes, guys, I know I'm saying like a lot of different messages, but this is a very general reading, so there are a lot of messages coming through. But again, like I said, I think that a lot of you guys are going to be outdoors. You guys could be going to explore something that you're passionate about, something that you're excited about. So you could be going to a writing retreat or a poetry slam or to a music concert or something like that. Or you guys, again, could be going to some type of business retreat as well, since this is all about ambitions too. You guys could be camping, but yes, I know those are a lot of messages, but I just wanted to reiterate some of them, right? Just so that you didn't forget about it, right? Because I did name off a really long list of things to look out for. And then, excuse me guys, as far as when you're going to be meeting this person, we get the Queen of Pentacles coming through. We have the Knight of Swords, which honestly guys, I find so interesting because the Knight of Swords, it looks like this girl, again, is kind of like in the dark. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like she's in the dark here because everything is shaded in, and she has this sword pointing at this light. So again, I'm getting this energy that you are going to be meeting your person while it is nighttime, right? We also have the Queen of Pentacles energy coming through, and that kind of makes me think about like the spring, because you can see all the pretty flowers, or the fall. So you could be meeting this person sometime during the fall or the springtime. Again, this woman is outdoors, so I think that you could be meeting this person while you guys are out in nature for a lot of you guys. This even kind of gives me the idea, it makes me think about like the Renaissance Festival, honestly. I don't know why, but it just makes me think about the Renaissance Festival, so maybe you are meeting them at the Renaissance Festival? Question mark. And then I wanted to try, like, originally I had just pulled these two cards and I was gonna say okay, like that's cool, but I really wanted to focus on an actual number so that we could try to point out an actual date possibly. So I pulled another card and we got the Ten of Swords coming through. And so in regards to like months, you could be meeting this person in October, right? Which makes sense if you are meeting them like while it is during the fall time, or you're meeting them at like the Renaissance Festival, because I don't know about you, but usually the Renaissance Festival comes during the fall time, I think, right? It's been a while since I've been to the Renaissance Festival, okay? But as to actually like when you're going to be meeting this person, I find it so interesting because we're like with this Ten of Swords card, this man is like really trying to reach out to this other person and trying to get this person to notice him, and he's just like walking by and he's being extremely empathetic. And so taking out when you are going to meet them, I'm also just getting another message again that I think that you are really going to be trying to talk to this person. I think that you are really going to be trying to put yourself out there, and I think that this person is just going to be so quiet. They're going to be so like to themselves here, and it's just going to feel like you're talking to a brick wall. Honestly, it's going to feel like you are just being like so stuck within this mason jar, right? So again, like I really think that this person is going to have a harder time opening up, and they're going to leave you feeling so confused and so conflicted, but at the same time, I think that they're going to leave you feeling very intrigued as well again, okay? But yes, so as I was saying, as far as when you're going to meet them, I am thinking about October, or this could even talk about like with 10, you could be meeting them in 10 months, even in 10 days or 10 weeks, but I do think that you could definitely be meeting this person sometime during the fall or the spring, and I do think that you are going to be meeting them while it is like later at night, okay? And now going off on how what your person is going to be thinking about you after you end up like leaving, and that's that, right? We literally get the Nine of Pentacles coming through, and we also have the Seven of Pentacles, which we love to see. So with the Nine of Pentacles, this talks about somebody who is very successful. This talks about somebody who is very independent and somebody who just doesn't need to be in a relationship because they are so happy and confident on their own. So I do think that you are going to come off as somebody to this person who is very confident, very charming. Again, you're going to come off as a social butterfly, and I just think that they are going to see you as somebody who has so many friends, so many people that love you. They probably see you as somebody who probably has a lot of like secret admirers and people that are asking you out on dates, but at the same time, you come off as somebody who is so independent. You come off as somebody who just doesn't need to be in a relationship with anyone, and maybe honestly that is why this person is so hesitant about opening up to you, because they may honestly just be worried here that you won't be interested in them. They might just be thinking that you feel as though you don't need to be in a relationship right now. So that can also be coming in to the mix points and adding on to the reason as to why your future spouse, is a bit more on the quieter side here. But with the Seven of Pentacles energy coming through, this woman is baking bread. So honestly, for some of you guys, maybe whenever you end up meeting this person, you might be telling them how you like to bake, or maybe you just like to cook in general. So they could just be thinking that you're a really great baker, or you're probably a really great cook. Also, that's just a secondary message, okay? That's a side message coming through. But I'm also just getting the idea, you know, the Seven of Pentacles, this talks about somebody who is in the midst of working on something. This talks about somebody who is putting in the time and the effort to really work on something in regards to like their finances or a creative project. And this talks about somebody who is very patient in their attempts to get to where they want to be in the future. Does that make sense? So I think that your person is going to see you as somebody who is very determined, who has a really strong vision, and they are going to see you as somebody who is very stable and secure, and who is going to be very successful. So I think that whenever they meet you, you're going to come off as somebody who is in the season of trying to like get to where you want to be in regards to your schooling, in regards to your finances. I definitely think that you are not going to be completely like where you want to be in regards to your work and finances. When you meet this person, you're definitely going to be grinding a lot, and they are going to really notice that about you, and they're just going to see you as somebody who is so ambitious, and they're going to see you as somebody who is going to be so successful, and that is so beautiful to see. I definitely think that they admire you, and they admire how much of a hard worker you are. So that is really beautiful to see. And then also, again, this woman is also in nature. Honestly, I just think a lot of these cards are representative of being out in nature. But again, like, I just think that you guys are going to be meeting in nature. Like, I just feel so strongly about that. But this woman, so she's out in nature, and she's holding this cute little animal too. She's holding a bird. I'm not sure if you can see this. So I think that you are also going to come off as somebody who is very nurturing to this person. They are definitely going to be thinking that you are a lover of people and of things and of animals, especially animals, since this woman is holding an animal. So maybe whenever they meet you, you just mention to them how much you love animals and how much you love helping people. And I think that they are just going to see you as somebody who is very, very nurturing as well. And I find that to be so beautiful. Maybe some of you guys also have like a little birdie of yours that you like. Maybe you have an interest in birds. Maybe you like to go like bird watching or something. But that's definitely coming through as well. So now, going on to talk about what you are going to be thinking about your person after you guys meet for the first time. It's very interesting because we get the Four of Cups coming through. And the Four of Cups, this talks about somebody who is, again, very apathetic. This talks about somebody who is having somebody try to give them a cup, because I don't know if you can see this, but this shows a man like sitting in a tree, and he's looking off to the side, and he doesn't even notice that there's like a cup behind him, or maybe he just doesn't even care, right? So I think that you are going to be offering your cup to them so much. You are going to be trying to get this person, this silly person, to talk to you and to communicate to you, but this person is just going to come off as somebody who's like not interested. And so I think that you are just going to be thinking like, oh my gosh, like this person just didn't seem like they liked me at all. This person doesn't seem like they're interested. And I think that you're going to leave meeting this person with more questions than answers. And with the Hanged One coming through, you know, this talks about patience. But this talks about being patient whenever you don't want to be patient, right? This talks about things slowing down whenever you want things to be speeding up. So I think that you are going to be thinking like, oh my gosh, it was like trying to go through molasses to get this person to open up. It's like things are moving so slowly with this person. And I think that you're just going to be wondering like, is this person ever going to open up to me if I try to like continue like charming them and talking to them? Are they going to be interested in me? So I do think that for a lot of you guys, you are just going to be like feeling very confused, and you're going to be wondering like if this person likes you or not, right? So that is what I'm seeing so far. And then for the overall energy, excuse me guys, I find this so interesting because we get the Wise One in reverse. And whenever this is upright, this talks about like the Hierophant, right? And whenever you think of the Hierophant or like a spiritual figure, you think about like having faith and trusting that everything is going to be okay. And you also think about like loyalty as well and commitment, right? So to get this in reverse, I think that you are going to be really, you and this person, honestly, are going to be thinking like, will this person want to commit to me, right? I feel like your person, your future spouse, is going to be thinking that you are just somebody who is so charming. They're going to be thinking that you just have so many people that probably like you and that want to be dating you. And they're just going to be thinking that, you know, you are never going to want to commit to them. You're never going to want to go on a date with them, with like little old them, right? I feel like that's what they're going to be saying, like little old me. And then you are going to be thinking that this person is just not interested in you and that they don't want to, you know, go on a date with you because they don't seem like they're into you at all, right? And then with the Six of Swords energy coming through, this usually talks about going through a transition, okay? And so honestly, this is really interesting, guys. This usually talks about leaving something like behind that wasn't really making you happy or that just wasn't really good and going to a place where it's better, right? So I'm getting the energy here where I think that overall, after you guys end up meeting, I think that you are both going to be thinking like, oh my gosh, things could have gone better. You know, that wasn't the best meeting in the first place. And I think that you guys so are both going to be being a little bit optimistic. I think that you guys are both going to be thinking like, I need to give this person another shot. I need to try to put myself out there and talk to this person a little bit more and see if we can make the next moment that we talk to each other even better than the first moment, right? And that's really beautiful to see. And I honestly think that you guys are going to be seeking each other out. Because whenever I see the Six of Swords, this woman is literally on this bird. And she's like just like commanding and steering this bird to go wherever she wants it to go. Right? And this just kind of gives me like that chariot energy of just like moving and being very active and getting to where you want to be. So I think that you guys are honestly going to seek each other out. And for some of you guys, whenever you meet each other, you know, if you don't see each other again in the physical, you know, this person or you or your other person, you know, you guys could both be trying to find each other and seek each other out on like social media or through like the internet means, right? And I just think that you guys are gonna be trying to find one another. And if you guys like are still like physically in the same place, and I definitely think that you guys are going to seek each other out again, like at that place wherever you guys are at. Does that make sense? I'm sorry guys, I feel like I'm not explaining that good, but I think that you guys are definitely going to seek each other out, whether that is through the physical means or whether that is through like online means, right? So that is what I'm seeing so far. Now, talking about your oracle cards, I have them right here. So first of all, we have trust coming through. We have flirt. I don't know why I said that so many times. We have express your love. And then guys, get this. Give your relationship a chance, okay? I find those two cards, express your love, give your relationship a chance, to be so important with you guys. Then we have Cosmic Prince coming through. We have Spirits of Water. And then we have Senita coming through, okay? And then for your other cards, we have Look to Your Inner Strength. We have You Are Limitless. And then we also have Like Attracts Like. Okay, so first of all, again, I'm honestly getting the idea that one of you guys, and I definitely think that one of you guys, I'm talking about your future spouse, baby, you watching this, your future spouse, I think that they are going to be feeling a little bit insecure talking to you. Because whenever we get you are limitless, and look to your inner strength. And also freaking like attracts like. I just think that whenever you meet your future spouse, that they are going to be feeling very insecure next to you. They just see you as somebody who is literally like this peacock, right? They see you as somebody who is so sexy and beautiful and attractive and confident, and they are just so scared that you are not going to want to be with them. And so I think that with the like attracts like they are going to be being very quiet and being more to themselves, because they are thinking that, you know, if they talk to you, that you are not going to want to talk to them and whatnot, right? So I think that they're going to be closing themselves off instead of, you know, opening themselves up, right? So I think that that's where the like attracts like is coming through, because as they close themselves off to you, it's going to make it harder for you to talk to them, right? Does that make sense? So I think that's where that is coming through. And then with look to your inner strength, I think that this person is honestly just going to have to give themselves a pep talk whenever it comes to getting the courage to open themselves up to you and to seek you out again, and to feel like they have what it takes to make you want to commit to them. And I honestly think that this is also coming to talk about you as well, because I think that after you meet this person, you're going to be thinking like, oh my gosh, like this person does not seem like they like me at all. Like, that sucks. That was a bummer. But I think that you are going to be, like, looking to your inner strength to get the courage to go out and talk to this person again, even after you freaking put yourself out there and this person just literally, like, acted so apathetic and, like, walked away, right? Or were just very quiet and didn't open up. So I think that you are going to be telling yourself, like, you are awesome, you are the bomb, with you are limitless coming through, and you are just going to, like, you are both going to be, like, pepping yourselves up to talk to each other again. And I think that that is so sweet and amazing to see. And I want you to know, group one, that even though your person is coming off super apathetic, I think that in the inside, they're literally freaking out. Like, they see you as somebody who is, like, this beautiful, divine, like, dream person to them, and that is why they are so scared about talking to you here. That is why they are so scared about opening themselves up, because they see you as somebody who is, like, too good for them. They see you as somebody who probably has so many, like, lovers or people who want to be your lover, and they also see you as somebody who is like this peacock, as this amazing, beautiful person. And I just think that that is so beautiful to see. And you guys are both just gonna be looking at the other person and just finding the other person to be so attractive and so worthwhile, and you guys are both gonna be, like, almost talking yourselves out of talking to this person, right? Does that make sense? But then, like, after you guys meet, like, later on, you guys are going to be giving yourself a pep talk to talk yourself into talking to this person again. Oh my gosh, guys, that is so much. There's so much going on right now that I'm saying, but so many messages are coming through, and I'm just trying to, like, tell you what I'm seeing. And then that is honestly where give your relationship a chance is coming through, because you guys are both going to be feeling a bit confused. You guys are both going to be thinking, like, you know, can something come of this? And with express your love, again, I think that you are going to be expressing your love so much. I think that you are going to be talking to them a lot, but your other person is going to be having a harder time expressing themselves and telling you how they are feeling, right? And then with flirt and trust coming through, I think that your person sees you, group one, as somebody who is a little bit more flirty, as somebody who is a bit more charming, right? And so maybe that is also why they feel like you're not into them. Like, maybe they just think that you flirt with everybody, right? Excuse me, guys, I'm sorry about that. So maybe they're just thinking that they're nothing special and that you're charming and sweet and flirty to everybody, right? And then you are thinking, like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of being all flirty with this person, yet they're not expressing anything back. They're not flirting back, so they must not like me. And then with trust, again, you guys just are really going to have to take a moment, take a time out to trust that, like, everything is going to be okay, right? And to really build yourself up and pep yourself up to be able to talk to each other again. And I find that so beautiful, because I think that while you guys are both very different and you guys both, like, like express yourselves in different ways. I think that you guys are both going to be mirroring each other a lot. You guys are both going to be thinking like the same thing after you guys are done like with meeting each other, right? You guys are both just going to be wanting to talk to the other person again. And I find that to be so beautiful. And then with spirits of water coming through, you or your other person could be a water sign, because this is representative of that water energy. So I am talking about my beautiful Scorpios, Pisces, Cancers. Hey, hello, if you are one of those signs. I love y'all, okay? But also, this is, again, just giving me that energy of, like, spirituality. It's giving me that energy of creativity. So I do think that for a lot of you guys, you could be meeting them at some type of, like, spiritual retreat, at some type of wellness or, like, yoga retreat. You could be meeting this person while you are doing something a bit more creative, going to, like, a music concert outdoors, going to the Renaissance Festival. I don't know why, but that just kind of makes me think about creation. I'm not sure. Maybe because there's a lot of musicians up there, a lot of performers like performing at the Renaissance, right? Or maybe you're expressing yourself very creatively, like by wearing those cute little costumes. Honestly, for some of you guys, you could be meeting this person like on Halloween too, maybe at like a Halloween party or something like that, since we were picking up on October, like the October season coming through. But yeah, I think that that is really cool to see. And then for the Sun Eater card, you know, this talks about somebody who is going through a harder time, but at the same time, this also talks about somebody who's trying to help someone that is going through a harder time. So I honestly think that whenever you meet this person, you are going to be seeing this person as somebody who could have gone through a harder time, or maybe they're kind of just giving you like like maybe they just seem like somebody who has gone through a harder time because they are so quiet. And so maybe that is why you are so interested in them, because you are such a nurturing person and you do like to help people and help animals and everybody in general, because you are so loving. So maybe that is another reason why you are so attracted to this person, because you see that there is something that you could help them with, if that makes any sense. Also, you know, since I am getting like that helpful, like humanitarian energy coming through, you know, again, I think that you could be going through a harder time. Maybe you are trying to go on a trip or just go somewhere in general, and then your car ends up breaking down and you're in need, and this person comes through to help you and save your day, right? Save the day. And then also you could be going to some type of spiritual retreat because you or your person also could be feeling very upset with where they are at in their life, and maybe you guys feel like if you go to this type of retreat or to this little event that will make you guys feel better. So yeah, that's a lot of messages, I know, but that is everything that is coming through. So yes, guys, in regards to like numbers that I'm seeing, we have the 2 coming through on this card. We also have 11 and 4. So those could mean something special for you guys. Maybe those are representative of some like certain dates that you could be meeting them. Maybe you are meeting them on the 4th or on the 11th or on the 2nd of a month or something like that. But yeah, definitely remember those numbers, and also remember October as well, or the number 10, because I do think that for sure is going to be very important for you guys. But yeah, that is what I am seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TarotTube again sometime, okay? So I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you all next time, okay? Mwah. Bye, guys. Hey guys, so if you chose Blood and Honey by Miss Shelby Mahurin, then hey, hello, and welcome to your reading today, friends. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right here to sit, to relax, and to just look beautiful. And let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards today. Okay, so first of all, we have the Knight of Cups to represent how you came off first, like what your first impression was to your future spouse, okay? And then we have the Six of Wands to represent how your future spouse came off to you. Excuse me, guys. I'm coming down from a cold. Oh my goodness. And then we have the Ten of Cups to represent where you are going to meet your partner. And we also have the Ten of Pentacles as well. Okay? And then as to when you are going to meet your future spouse, we have the Sun coming through. And we also have the Ace of Pentacles, which are just such beautiful cards. I do have to say so myself. And then what your person thought about you after they met you here is the Five of Swords. And then we also have the King of Cups, which is also a beautiful card to receive as well. And then what you thought about them after, like, your future spouse left the room and whatnot. We have the Justice card coming through. And we also have the Strength card coming through as well. And then for the, like, overall vibe of how you guys were, like, feeling with each other, we have the Temperance card coming through, which we love to see. We love a good, like, temperance action coming through here, okay? So, first of all, let's go ahead and come over here and talk about the Knight of Cups energy that we were receiving, okay? We love to see the Knight of Cups to represent how you came off to your person, to your future spouse, okay? Because the Knight of Cups, I like to think of this as somebody who kind of wears, like, love goggles, okay? Because the Knight of Cups, I feel like it sounds like I'm saying the nine. I'm talking about the Knight, my friends. But the Knight of Cups, this is somebody who I think of who almost, like, wears these love goggles, okay? Like, this is the type of person who is just always feeling like such a good type of way. They have, like, such good lovey vibes to them. This is somebody who I think of as, like, the peace love type of hippie, right? And so I just feel like whenever your person meets you, your spouse meets you for the first time, you just come off as somebody who is so positive, okay? You come off as somebody who is just able to see the brighter side of every situation that you find yourself in. So I definitely think that whenever they meet you, they're going to be seeing such an optimistic person. And I also get this energy here where no matter how old you are when you meet your future spouse, whether you are 50 and up or you are like 20 and under, I just think that you are going to come off as somebody who just has such a beautiful and youthful outlook, okay? You are going to come off as somebody who is just like a kid at heart, which we love to see. We love to see somebody who is able to just have a youthful outlook on life, because whenever I think of somebody who has a youthful outlook, I just think of somebody who, no matter what they experience in life, no matter what bad breaks they have received, this is somebody who is able to still find love, and in the most unloving of circumstances, this is somebody who you want to have on your side, like in the middle of the apocalypse or something like that, because this is somebody who can give you a bit of a pause and who can just like sit back and find something to laugh about, right? And we all need a person like that. So I do think that this is just such amazing energy to receive. Like, your person is just really gonna be like feeling some type of way when they meet you, because they are gonna be seeing such a beautiful, happy, energetic, and also social person, because the Knight of Cups, this is somebody who is very social. This is somebody who is very friendly. So I think that you are just gonna come off as somebody who is so loving, who is just so quick to open their heart up to new people as well. And I just think that they're gonna find that very attractive about you. It's just gonna be like a breath of fresh air, because honestly, there are so many people in this world who are so closed off, and they just, like, as they age, they let themselves become so negative. And I think that you, whenever you meet your future spouse, you are gonna come off as somebody who is just like, even if your goggles, even if your glasses have been stained, even if there has been some like scratches on them, you're the type of person who you will recycle those glasses, and you will make some beautiful new glasses, and you are just still able to look and see the world from such a beautiful outlook and from such a positive outlook. And I think that that is so incredible to see, okay? And now, moving on then we have the Six of Wands energy coming through here, okay? And I honestly find this very interesting to see this. Oh, excuse me, cards. Excuse me, guys. I am receiving some messages. Okay, sorry, guys. That was honestly a message from ColourPop, because your girl has been looking at some makeup, some very cute eyeshadows, and I signed up for like 15% off, and they're reminding me about that 15% off. And honestly, guys, I'm feeling very I'm feeling like I should pause this video to search for some new cute looks. But because I love you all so much, I'm still gonna be here because I love y'all. Okay, and y'all are worth it. Alright, y'all are worth it. So, moving on. I just find this so interesting. Sorry guys about that tangent, by the way, but I find this so interesting to receive the Six of Wands, because the Wands is representative of like that fiery energy, okay? This is representative of like our Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo boos, okay? We love y'all. We love y'all, babes, okay? But to get the Knight of Cups on the other side, this is representative of our beautiful, lovely water fam, okay? So for our water signs, I'm talking about our beautiful Scorpios, Cancers, and what's our other one? Pisces, okay? I find it so interesting that we're getting this water energy and also this fire energy, because if you look at the Temperance card, which is representing like your overall like vibe and whatnot, I don't know if you can tell. It's almost hard to see it. I wouldn't have known it if I wasn't watching a video where the person pointed this out. But on one cup, this represents like some water coming out of the cup. Then on the other side, there's flames coming out. And with Temperance, that is all about balance. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you and your future spouse, I think that you guys are going to be like very different from one another. You guys are going to be almost like opposites. I think that for some of you guys, you could look very, sorry guys, you could look very different from one another, or this could simply just represent that you guys could have two different like polar personalities. You guys could have two different like polar opposite signs. I do think that your person, your future spouse could be somebody who is either a fire sign or an air sign, and you could be somebody who is an earth or a water sign, okay? And I am talking about Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus, but if you don't know what your sign is, then definitely check out your birth chart, and you'll see all of your beautiful, lovely, like, signs in there, okay? But I definitely think that you guys are very different from one another. But when you guys come together, y'all are able to find that like perfect balance and that perfect blend. And it's like you guys are just perfectly imperfect for one another. And I love that. But going back into the Six of Wands energy, you know, we love to see the Six of Wands coming through, because the Six of Wands person, like, this is somebody who has achieved so much. This is somebody who is just so successful. So I honestly think that you are going to be really like looking at this person whenever you meet your future spouse, and you're just going to be admiring them so much. Because if you look at this card, this woman is literally like taking a bow, and there's people like around her like cheering her on and just loving her. And I think that that is like gonna be like how you are. You're gonna be like this person, your future spouse's like biggest fan, okay? You are just gonna be like dang, like that's my boo, that's my future boo. You see that guy or girl or babe over there, like that's mine. They don't know it yet, but that is going to be my future hubby, right? My future spouse. And I love this, okay? So I definitely think that this person, whenever you first meet them, my dears, you are going to be looking at them and you're going to be thinking like, oh my gosh, like it's hot in here. This person is so hot. They are so sexy. So you are definitely going to be like physically attracted to them for sure, which, mwah, we love to see. We love a sexy boo thing to settle down with, okay? And then what I'm also seeing here is that I just think that your person is going to come off as somebody who is very, very successful, okay? This is somebody who, no matter what they decide to do, like within their job, within their career, this is somebody who is going to achieve so much, and this is somebody who you are looking at and you know, like, they are going to be so successful, okay? Even if they are not successful where they are right now, you know that they are going to make it the long haul, and they are going to be like so wealthy and financially secure, and you are just digging that about them. And also, since the Six of Wands is all about like passion and like being very creative, and obviously like this girl looks creative because she's literally like in a beautiful like dancery outfit and she's taking a bow, so obviously she was like dancing. So maybe your future spouse is somebody who is very creative and they are very talented when it comes to like the artistic side of things. So maybe your person is somebody who's a really good dancer, and maybe whenever you meet them, they're kind of doing like a bit of a jig, they're kind of like dancing a bit, swaying their hips, you know what I mean? And you're kind of like thinking like, oh my gosh, like that person is a freaking good dancer, and that person, like, that's my boo thing right there. That's mine. But, you know, if your person can't dance that good, then they could be, like, artistic in other words. Maybe they are a really good singer. Maybe they just have a really big, like, performance type, like, attitude. Maybe they just have, like, a big personality that just overwhelms a room, right? They could be, like, a class clown, a comedian, or they could be somebody who is very artistic in the way that they like to write. Maybe they are into poetry, or they have a passion for, like, writing books or something like that. Or maybe they are just really good artists, right? So there's a ton of things that could talk about. Or even at the end of the day, maybe this is just somebody who is a very creative, like, problem solver. Maybe they are really good at solving problems and solving like strategies, strategizing or whatnot. They're good at that, right? Maybe they're really good at like managing things and like managerial duties. But yeah, there's a lot of things that could capture. But at the end of the day, you are going to be looking at your future spouse. You're going to be thinking that they are so sexy, they are so talented, they are so successful, and you're just going to be thinking like they're the whole freaking like thing that you want. Like, that's a whole freaking husband right there. That's husband material, that's wifey material, that's like my next boo thing, hubby material, right? So we love to see that. Okay, and then as to where you're going to meet your future spouse, I think that this is so interesting to see because we get the 10 of Cups coming through. And the 10 of Cups, this talks about feeling so emotionally fulfilled. This talks about like settling down, having a beautiful family, and just having somebody to spend your life with, and you just feel so happy and fulfilled when it comes to your heart, right? And I'm definitely getting like that family vibes here, like with this man. Like, it shows a man like holding on to his wife here. I don't know if you can see that, and this wife has like a baby like at her back, so you know, this is giving me family vibes for sure. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, and this is so interesting because this literally shows like an older, like weathered hand holding a younger, youthful hand, right? And it just looks like the younger hand is helping the person that's older here. So again, it's giving me that beautiful family vibes. And this also, since it talks about the pentacle energy, the 10 of Pentacles, this talks about feeling very successful within your financial life as well, feeling very secure financially, and just feeling very stable, and having like family who are there to help you and to love you. So I definitely think that when it comes to where you are going to meet your future spouse, the options are honestly endless. But I think that all of these options are going to come back to family, okay? I think that whenever you meet your future spouse, either you are going to be surrounded by your family, or you are going to be like with the family that your future spouse shares. Does that make sense? So I do think that you guys somehow are going to be connected. Maybe you guys have family ties. Maybe you guys have mutual friends or something. Or maybe you guys don't have mutual friends, or maybe you guys don't have mutual friends, but you guys end up meeting at a place where both of your families are at. Something like that, you know what I mean? So, what's coming through here is, since I'm thinking of like relationships and feeling very emotionally fulfilled with your relationships and like family here, maybe you end up meeting this person like at the hospital or something whenever somebody you know is having a baby. Maybe you meet this person at like a celebration for like a baby shower. This could also represent like weddings, because that is also like a big milestone when it comes to like your emotional like happiness and emotional fulfillment. So maybe you meet this person at a wedding, right? Or at some type of graduation party, or there's so many things. Like, you can even be meeting them like during like a Christmas holiday, or during like a New Year's party or something like that. But I definitely think that when you meet this person, you are going to be surrounded by your family, or you are going to be like meeting a mutual friend, or like meeting your friend who happens to like be related to this other person here, or you know what I mean? I feel like there's definitely going to be some ties, something tying you guys together. Or with the Ten of Pentacles coming through, maybe you are going to like a nursing home and visiting your mom or your dad or your grandpa or something like that, and your person, your future spouse, is also visiting like a grandparent or a mom or a dad, and that's whenever you guys end up meeting as well. But yeah, guys, that is what is coming through very strongly here, okay? So now, going into when you are going to meet your person, we get the Sun card coming through, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, just actually focusing solely on like what date or month you could be meeting this person, the Sun card, this represents number 19. This is the 19th card in the major arcana, so maybe the 19th might be an important date for you guys. You might be meeting your person on the 19th of some month, right? Maybe if you add 9 and 1 together, that equals 10, which is representative of October. So maybe you could be meeting your person during October, maybe at like a Halloween party or something like that. If you reduce the 10, you get 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1. So you could be meeting this person on January, which makes sense because, like I said, you could be meeting this person like during like a New Year's celebration. And I'm also getting that idea with the Ace of Pentacles as well, because the Ace of Pentacles, this talks about something new, right? This talks about doing something new, starting something new. So that definitely makes me think about like the New Year's. So maybe you meet this person at like a New Year celebration, right? Maybe you guys both get invited to the same New Year party or something like that, right? But focusing solely like on the messages that I'm receiving here, just looking at these cards, whenever I see the Sun coming through, first of all, that makes me think about like a day that is hot. That makes me think about the summertime. So maybe you could be meeting this person during the summer months. And guys, I know there are so many messages coming through, but guys, we have so many people like watching this video, so there's going to be a lot of messages coming through as well, okay? This is a very general reading. But looking at these cards as well, the Ace of Pentacles, this talks about like being very successful. This talks about starting something new within your career or within your schooling, or starting a new financial project as well. So whenever you meet this person, maybe one or even both of you guys are starting something new within your career. Maybe you guys are celebrating because of the fact that maybe one of you guys got promoted, or maybe something like big happened. Maybe you just got maybe you just graduated your school, right? But I do think that for a lot of you guys, your person, your future spouse, they are going to be the one that's celebrating here. They are going to be the one that's feeling very achieved within their career life, especially since we are getting that Six of Wands, which is all about achievement and being very successful and feeling like you have accomplished something. So I do think that when you meet this person is going to be celebrating something on their own. They're just going to be feeling like they have achieved something, especially with the Sun, which is all about happiness and positivity and fulfillment and achievement, right? So I do think that when you meet this person, you could be meeting your person at a family get-together, at like a New Year's Eve party. But whenever you do meet them, they could be telling you like, oh yeah, I just got promoted in my job, or oh yeah, I just got a new job offer that I'm going to go after. I just started a new internship, and they're definitely going to be feeling very proud of themselves, like they achieved something. And I think that achievement is going to be very attractive to you as well. You are going to find that to be very very attractive and very just exciting, because who doesn't want to be with somebody that is having a lot of accomplishments like under their belt? Like that is super sexy, right? And now going to what your person is going to think about you after you leave the room or whatnot, right? After the night is over, we get the Five of Swords coming through, and we also get the King of Cups. Now this is very, very interesting, because the Five of Swords, this is all about feeling stuck or feeling like you haven't achieve something, feeling like you are having more of a negative mentality. Because honestly, like if you look at this like butterfly here, the butterfly is caught in a mason jar, right? This butterfly is stuck. And so like I'm trying to say here, this can talk about how somebody's having a very negative mentality or a victim mentality. Maybe they feel like somebody has done them wrong, somebody has put them in a bad place or a bad position. So this could talk about being in toxic relationships or having toxic friends that are not being very nice to you, or being in like a toxic work environment. But all in all, this could just talk about feeling very upset and not feeling very happy with where you are at, right? And then we get the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is all about emotional growth. This talks about somebody who has really experienced all of life's ups and downs. They have experienced a lot of emotional turmoil. So people doing them wrong, people not being very nice with them, going through like all of these like bad relationships, or just going through multiple serious relationships, right? This talks about somebody who has matured so much and who has learned from their lessons, and who is now just such a stronger and more emotionally intelligent person, right? So I do think that your person, you know, whenever you end up talking to your future spouse, you could be sharing with them that you have gone through some tumultuous relationships in the past. You could be sharing with them that just because you come off as somebody who is very positive, who has never like been burned in their life, like with the, you know, Knight of Cups coming through, I think that you are going to share with them that you have been hurt in the past and you have experienced a lot of hurt and pain, and that your love goggles have been really tarnished. But you are also going to tell them that you haven't let that like hold you back. You have just replaced those love goggles for a new pair of love goggles, and now you are so excited about what is in store for you, and you are also just somebody who you have learned from all of those past lessons and those past relationships and those bad breaks, and now you are just somebody who is so much more mature and happy and fulfilled and excited for what is in store for you. So that is what I'm seeing, and I think that your person, your future spouse, is just going to be looking at you as somebody who has like leveled up in life. They're going to be looking at you, and I think that they're just going to be so impressed by your emotional intelligence and by the fact that even though you have been through so much, you are still so excited and so sociable and just so happy. And I just think that they're really going to like that about you. And then going off to like how you are going to be feeling about your person, this is very interesting because we get Justice coming through, and we also have Strength coming through as well. So these are both major arcana cards, and with Justice coming through, this is representative of Libra energy, and the Strength card is representative of Leo energy, okay? Which is very interesting because like I said, I think that you guys are going to be like opposites from each other, and I find it fitting that I see some air energy coming through and also some fire energy coming through. And then also on this side we have the King of Cups coming through again. So I do think that you are definitely most likely going to be a water sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus, or maybe you just have some really strong placements within your chart. But again, like I'm just getting this energy where you guys are going to be like polar opposites from each other, but you guys are just like, once you meet each other, you guys are just going to click, and you guys are just going to be able to vibe and get along so well together, which I love to see. But going back to how you're going to see your person, you know, with this Justice energy coming through, you know, this talks about weighing the pros and the cons. This talks about somebody who has a very unique perspective. This talks about somebody who is able to look at a situation and they can just take a step back and really see like all sides of a different like situation, right? They're able to see all sides of a perspective. I think I'm saying that right. Does that sound right to you? I'm sorry, guys. I need some sleep. But anyways, this also talks about somebody who is very good with expressing their emotions, since, like I'm saying, like this person is able to take a step back and look at every situation that they are going through from a like more like higher perspective, right? This helps somebody like take a step back and not let their emotions like get the best of them. So I think that you are going to be seeing your person as somebody who is very strong, from the fact that this isn't somebody who lets their emotions like carry them off into crazy like tumultuous fights and like big scenes. Am I explaining that right? I feel like I'm not explaining that good. But you just see them as somebody who is very calm, very level-headed. You see them as somebody who is able to go through like really hard times, and they're able to keep their cool. And I think that you see that as something that is just a really big strength. And I think that you deeply respect that. But also with the Justice card, this also talks about like going through the good and the bad. And I think that you see your person as somebody who is very strong and very tough. You see this as somebody who, I think that you're going to be looking at your future spouse as somebody who has gone through harder times in their life, but instead of giving up, instead of letting life, like, kick them to the curb and, scraping their knees and staying down. Instead, they put like some band-aids on their scraped knees, and they get up, they dust themselves off, and they keep on going. So I really think, honestly, that you guys are really, like, while you guys are really different from each other, you guys do have similarities that bring you together. Like, I think that in regards to your person, your future spouse, I'm getting the energy here that they received a lot of bad breaks whenever they were trying to become successful in a certain career or in a certain like creative project or something like that. And now they are finally like achieving, and they are like being very like successful, right? But I think that at the same time, they are very humble in their success, and I think that you are very attracted to that quality that they seem to possess. And then when it comes to you, I think that your person sees that you have been through a lot of difficulty when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to these past connections that you have been in. You have been tested so much, and yet you didn't let it bring you down, and you remained strong, and your strength came from the fact that you were able to keep that sense of positivity, that sense of excitement, that sense of youthful outlook. And I think that they really love that about you. So I think that while you guys are very extremely different from one another, you guys are able to find a common balance, and that is where this temperance energy is coming through as. And I do think that since we are getting the temperance energy, this does talk about like slowing down. So I think that you guys are honestly, like, when you meet each other, you guys are not going to rush into a relationship. I think that you guys are going to end up like really getting to know each other, and I think that you guys are going to be friends first with one another, or you guys are just going to talk for a while before you guys actually decide to get into a relationship and to start dating. So I think that that is really beautiful to see. Okay, but now going into your oracle cards, we have free yourself, then we have trust, we have reconciliation, we have pay attention to the red flags, and then we have the, sorry guys, we have the spirits of air, the wounded healer, and we also have Sin Ita coming through. Okay, I think I'm going to put this right here actually. And then we have 4 cards coming through. We have Love Makes a Difference. We have Spiritual Connection, Appreciate This Moment, and then Practice Compassion. Okay, so guys, if I'm being completely like 100% with you, I think that for some of you guys, and I am talking about for some of you guys since this is a very general reading, this could honestly be somebody who you were in a relationship with, because we have free yourself and we also have reconciliation, right? And then we have like this justice coming through here, which is all about like weighing the pros and the cons and deciding like if you want to be like in a connection again, right? So I honestly think that, especially since like you guys, like have a lot of mutual friends, I think that you could have known this person in the past. You could have dated this person. This could be an ex coming back into your life. For others of you, this could just talk about how maybe you were friends in the past, but for some reason you guys kind of like drifted apart. For others of you, this could simply represent that you knew each other a long time ago. Like you were just like past, like you knew each other, but you didn't know each other, if that makes any sense. Like maybe you guys were in the same class together, but you guys never actually talked to one another. But then you come to realize that you have these mutual friends that you didn't realize you had, right? And so you end up talking to each other, and then you guys end up having this like reconciliation where you guys get to know each other again and things. And maybe that's why y'all are like having this temperance moment. Maybe that's why you guys are taking things slow, because for some of you guys, you could have actually been in a like relationship with this person, or you guys were really good friends at some point. So you guys are taking your time to really get to know each other again and to understand the other person. But I do want to say here that for some of you guys, this could also just represent that this person feels very familiar to you because you guys are soulmates here, right? With spiritual connection coming through, it says a relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So this could be your soulmate, but this could also represent, if you believe in this, that you could have been in a relationship in a past life with each other. And that is why whenever you meet them, I'm getting this energy that this person just feels very familiar to you. It feels like you have known this person before. And I think that that is going to be, that is going to come through for every single one of you watching this. When you meet your person, when you meet your future soulmate, it is just going to be so easy for you guys to come together. It's just going to feel like you guys are so compatible. Even if you guys have these like differences about your personality, you guys are going to find that common ground, and it's just going to work so well. And it works so well because you just feel like you have known this person for so long. And I think that that is so beautiful to see. I love that. So, like I am saying, just to go back a little bit, you could have been in a past relationship with this person. This person could be an ex. You could have been friends with this person in the past, but you guys drifted apart. This could also be somebody that you just shared a class with, or maybe you went to the same school or whatnot, and you guys find out you have mutual friends. Or this could just be somebody who you've never met before, but, you know, this person just feels so familiar to you. This person feels like somebody who you have known for so long, and it's just going to be so easy when you guys connect. And like with the spirit of air coming through, again, this is representative of that air energy, so I do think that one of you guys could definitely be an air sign, or you guys just have some strong air energy within your chart. But again, this is talking about communication, because that is what air is all about. It's about thinking fast on your feet, being very witty, right? So I just think that you guys are really going to enjoy like exchanging ideas, exchanging conversation with the other person. I think that y'all are just going to love talking to one another. And I really think that on the first day that you guys meet, y'all are just going to really sit down and literally talk about your whole life with one another. Like it's just going to be that type of deep conversation. Like I honestly see you guys just sitting and talking all night with the other person, and I think that that is why you guys are going to reveal all this deep stuff that you have both been through, while your person is going to be talking about their career stuff they have been through, and you are going to be talking about like your emotional relationships you have been through. But again, if you have known this person before, if they were a friend or they were somebody who you were in a relationship with, I think that you guys, since you have known each other and you have past history, it's like you guys are just going to be sitting down and getting to know each other again, right? And you guys are going to be talking about what you have been through, and you guys are going to be ending up like finding this reconciliation. And I think that with the pay attention to the red flags, maybe like you and this person, if this is a past relationship or somebody who you have been friends with, maybe there were some red flags between you guys that what caused you guys to drift apart. But I think that you guys are going to end up getting past that and trusting in this connection, since we do have trust coming through. And we literally also have Sin Eater, and this is all about like forgiveness. This talks about like letting go of the past and really like starting new again, right? Excuse me, having this rebirth moment, like reconciling with one another. So again, like I'm saying, I just think that you guys are going to be having this new start with one another. And if this is somebody who is completely new to you, I think that maybe in the past, this is coming through, like, the pay attention to the red flags. This is coming through to talk about how I feel like you, the person watching this, my boo thing, my beautiful friend right here, hey, hello, I love y'all. I think that this is talking about how you have gone through, like, some tumultuous relationships, like I said, and maybe you had a lot of red flags that were coming through that were in, like, the different people that you met. So maybe, like, you are the type of person who, because you have experienced those red flags before, you are somebody who you look for those red flags in the new people that you meet. But I think that you are going to reconcile that way that you are within yourself as you meet this person, and you are going to be letting go of those red flags, or, like, trying to, like, spot and find those red flags, and you are just going to trust that this is the person who you are meant to be. You are just going to feel who you are meant to be with, and you're just going to be able to trust this person because of the fact that things just feel so easy with this person. And I think that with Free Yourself coming through, I just think that, you in the past have had to free yourself from these connections, right? From these bad breaks, so that you can really rediscover yourself and get to know yourself outside of these bad connections. And I just think that now that you have freed yourself, now that you have separated yourself from these, like, bad people in the past, you are able to be ready to enter into a new connection with this new person. Now, if this new person is not actually a new person, right? I hope this isn't confusing. So, if this person is somebody who you have known from the past here, if this is somebody who you have been in a relationship with in the past, and you had to free yourself from and separate from for a while, I think that, again, you are going to be able to come back into union with this person, and you guys are going to be able to reconcile the past with each other, and you guys are going to be able to just literally, like, appreciate this moment with the appreciate this moment card coming through. It literally says every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So I just think that now you guys are both so mature, and I think that if this is somebody who you were in a relationship with in the past, you are able to come back together into union, both going through a lot and learning a lot and growing a lot, and you guys are going to be so ready to, see this relationship from a different perspective with practice compassion coming through. And literally, we have love makes a difference. So I think that, and it says right here, love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So at the end of the day, if this is somebody from the past here, you guys are going to realize that your love is something that can make the difference. Your love is something that, even though you guys have been wounded, you guys have healed, and you guys are ready to come into this new connection. And then if this is somebody completely new here, I just think that at the end of the day, you have such a strong spiritual connection with this person, and even though you, like, both of you guys could have been hurt in the past, you know that love makes a difference, and that you guys are going to be able to go through all of these heartbreaks and go through life together and grow together as a couple, right? Until you guys, end up going from a couple to a married couple, right? That's so exciting. So, yes, guys. That is what I'm seeing for you, my friends. So I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fabulous day, okay? Mwah. Bye, guys. I love y'all.